Remember I explained about inflammation yesterday. There's swelling. Well, swelling is detrimental in the tooth because it's an enclosed area. It cannot swell. So it tries to swell and ends up cutting off the blood circulation at the apex of the tooth, because that's where the blood comes in. So it cuts off that source of nutrition, and we basically get liquefactive necrosis. So basically the pulp dies, and as a result, we get that. Okay? So with endodontic disease, the pathophysiology is if it's an acute fracture such as here, basically bacteria will get into the endodontic system. This is like having a dirty needle stuck in your belly. It's an open pathway for bacteria to gain entrance into the pulp chamber. And not only that, get systemic spread throughout the whole body. So it does happen. And this is more acute because you can see that it's pink, where this is chronic because it's a whole bunch of debris in there. And here we have an opening. We can only feel this by using an explorer. And here we have secondary dentin. The body has repaired itself from a mild irritation. And on here we just see some discoloration of the canine teeth. If you see that discoloration, I would say the high 90% of them are dead pulps. And when you see these lesions, you have two treatment options, and only two. One is extraction, the other is root canal therapy. Okay? So the microorganisms gain entrance to the pulp, and trauma can disrupt the blood supply, such as these two here, which I've just explained in the previous slide. You can get thermal damage as well, and the same type of reaction happens as here, and I've explained the treatment options. With perioendal disease, we classify them. I don't really use the class 0, basically I leave that blank, because really it's not really the perioendal disease. A class 1 is called an endoperial lesion. A class 2 is called a perioendal lesion. You'll see why it's called that in a second. And then a class 3 is just said a class 3 for various reasons, which I'll explain in a second. Because we do not know which came first. So it's like the chicken or the egg. Which was the first? We don't know. So with a class 0, basically we just have a complicated crown fracture where the pulp has been exposed. So it's just really an endodontic lesion. And there's no periodontal disease involved. And the prognosis is usually very good if we do standard root canal treatment. A class 1. A class 1 endoperial lesion, as the name says, endodontics came first. So it's an endo lesion first, and then it becomes a perio. If you look here, that infection of bacteria, if there was a fracture of the crown, we could get entrance in here to the pulp. If there were, so that's usually the case, and then that bacteria goes all the way through the pulp and comes out the apex, or can come out through lateral canals or accessory canals, it's the same thing, and affect the periodontium. So the periodontium meaning the periodontal ligament, cementum, alveolar bone, and gingiva. Okay? So it's caused by endodontic disease, and that infection goes through to the tip of the root and then out through the periodontal ligament. Okay? And radiographically, you can see there was a small fracture here at this crown. It became infected. You can see The pulps of these other teeth are very, very narrow, where this is quite wide, so this has been there for a little while. And then you have a lucid area here at the apex, but then a very thin lucidity of the periodontal ligament, and we could actually probe our periodontal probe all the way down to the apex if it could reach that far. Now, how do you know it's an endodontic lesion clinically? Well, you use a periodontal probe. A periodontal probe is to measure the depth of the gingival sulcus to see if there's periodontal disease. And what you would see with an endoperioral lesion is their measurements would be normal, 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 14, 15 millimeters. So very deep line, and then back to normal, normal, normal. So it'd be like a very deep Z shape. That clinically tells you that this is an endoperioral lesion. If you catch this early, it's very good prognosis for treatment. So if you did an endodontic treatment, you would get very good success, okay? So the prognosis is good if treated early. With perioendo disease, class 2, as the name says, the perio came first, and then the endodontic infection came second. So in this case, what we have is we have periodontal disease here in the gingival sulcus, extending down to the apex of the tooth, and then going into the tooth through the delta foramina and into the endodontic system, and getting infection that way. So it can get through the lateral canals as well. So this is from periodontal disease. So you would have a tooth that looks like a normal shaped tooth, no fracture, but it has endodontic disease through extension from periodontal disease. Okay? Radiographically, if you look at it, here we have severe periodontal disease that went all the way down to the apex and then affected the tooth. This is not affected as of yet, but we do have severe periodontal disease, and it's going to happen very soon. Now, if they have some lateral canals that was at the side, bacteria can get into that and then affect the endodontic system. So, when you look at this clinically with your periodontal probe, you will be going normal, normal, 3 would be normal in a dog, and then we get 5, 7, 9, 12, 10, 7, 5, 3 millimeters. So you can see it's like a C shape, a C shape. So with endodontic lesions, a V, very sharp. Perio, a C shape. That's the differentiation between the two. And if treated, you can save these teeth. However, when you get a chronic like this, unfortunately, extraction is the way to go. And in your case, I would say, when you see this on x-ray, you should extract. But you could save this tooth with basically periodontal treatment. As long as the endodontic system is okay. And it looks like it is there. Concurrently, there's another piece of pathology here where we have fractured root. There, but that's incidental. So, a class 3 perioendo disease, or endoperio, whichever you want to do, is we don't know what came first. We didn't know if the endodontic disease came first, or the periodontal disease came first, or did they come concurrently, together? They could be, it's the chicken or egg, so we don't know. But one thing I'll tell you, with these class 3s, I normally notice that on a clinical standpoint, we have subgingival calculus because of the chronicity of the condition. So usually we'll have periodontal disease stage 4 with a complicated crown fracture. Both of those things usually are happening at the same time. So we have chronic disease. With chronic periodontal disease, we normally will have plaque and calculus deposition.